Hey, this is Ricky from Real Talk Chimp. Live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. This is part 3 of the Old Western Town Saloon, Wondyland, based off of the one of the Blackwater Saloons in Red Dead Redemption 2. We've been building this kit for you all to enjoy. In part 1, we did an unboxing with a tutorial, as well as a few pages of building. In part 2, we got more intense, building this monstrosity. And now on part 3, we're trying to figure out this whole wiring harness gizmo here. But I think we got a part-time solution, and we'll move on. If you like this type of content, consider hitting the like button and share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. And of course, something. I meant to say something else. What else can I say? Oh, if you want to comment, chat, I generally look towards the tablet and see the chat screen on there. I will communicate with you. I enjoyed that immensely. And of course, smash that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. All right, we'll get down to this shenanigan right here. Oh. So last we left you, we had built some of these crazy looking tables, which are on this side over here, those two. Then we made these little stools. Unfortunately, I was not able to put in this where you basically put your boots on due to complications with the kit. I found out on Reddit, many other people also had that problem and just left them out. You don't see them really anyway. And then we had to put said stools in, which I gave you that over the look thing. But then we got into step 37. The wiring harness and all its glory. Now, I scoured the internet, tried to do a deep dive to try to figure out why on earth this is so difficult, this whole wiring harness contraption. I've built plenty of these 3D wooden puzzle miniatures, and I haven't come into something with this much complications. The problem is there are 8 lights for this kit. Now, like I said, this is the largest kit that I have ever built. Not only is it 2-story, which isn't a problem, it's 677 pieces. The last puzzle, the last saloon I made, it was like 450, but up until then I was doing 50 to 150. So this is a very involved kit. And unfortunately, the reviews on Amazon are like 5, and they're all AI, and you can't trust them. I went to the actual website and I tried to do a deep dive to try to find out this whole wiring harness thing. It seems to be a problem with all the builders. There really isn't clear instructions. Okay, so at the moment, the best thing that I can do was just sort of fan out all the wires, get them all separated from each other as best as I could. And then I went in and I took these little twisties, little wire twisties or bag twisties that you get at the supermarket. And I basically just kind of wrapped them up and isolated them. And then ran them through this thing here, just to keep them all out of the way. So right now we really don't have to deal with them. There's one wire that had to go into the back of this box, one wire that had to go near this fireplace. So this is, they're all lit up. Wires all over the place. The little fire thing would have been nice if it would have trickled or sparkled or done something for the fireplace, but no, it's just a warm light, a light yellow warm light. Touchpad that I'm touching is here. So I currently have it all hooked up, but I can take the batteries or this wire out at any time just by pulling out this little black box right here. So if it starts to be an annoyance, just disconnect everybody. And we're back to just being a battery box. Okay? So in the initial instructions, it gives you a basic idea. Okay, it says warm white light 12 centimeters goes up into the back of this box here. It says to glue it in there, but if anybody knows how glue and heat work, they're not a good combination. So we're not going to glue that inside there. You can't even glue the wires to that wall right there. They'll just peel right off. Okay, so I stuck some clear, what do you call this, like tape. Just some clear tape, just to leave the wires and keep them held in there. Then coming off this one here, they want the warm light 45 centimeter, the longest. The warm white light 33 centimeters, one of 3 equal lengths. Then the warm yellow light, the one that's going in towards the fireplace. Okay, and then they note, bend the lamp head 90 degrees before fixing all lamp wires. Great. All right, so that basically ends page 11, step 37. So we're going to continue on. Okay, twisties are a lifesaver. I know there's probably a name for these little twistable. It's a metal wrapped in like a paper. You know, they use them to twist your grocery, not your grocery bags, but your fresh produce bags and stuff like that, whatever. So I got a couple of these and I'll leave those aside. All right, so we're gonna leave the wiring harness and the bar alone and get back to building accessories for said dollhouse thing. Okay. You didn't hear that. All right, so out of the gate here, looks like we're going to build some kind of display case. So we need a J34, which I happen to have right there. I'm pretty sure that's okay. So also, if you recall, I had to coil up a paper rope so that I could make it look like a lasso. And then we stuck it to the bar over here. Right there, it's all tucked under the bar, under the big old hat right there. But then they say we have to make another lasso, but they didn't give me any other rope. So I ended up having to take that rope off the bar, uncoiling it, and then making 2 equal parts and then cutting in the center. So now we have another one of these things. So we'll coil that up as well. And they want you to glue all these pieces onto this board here. So it looks like we've got some type of knives, like hunting knives, a throwing axe, a lasso, a double-barreled shotgun, 2 horseshoes, and a handgun on this display case. Okay, so we'll start fanning our parts back out. So basically, I generally, when I clean up for the night, because of, you know, Sammy did walk around on the thing and investigates, I make sure that my blades are covered, and I make sure all parts are set aside, all plates are back where they need to be. This is especially good if you have children, or, you know, maybe an occasional raccoon just happens to sneak in. All right, so what is this right here? This is C and D and B. Okay, C, D, and B. We can go over here to the right. I'm moving stuff around. I'm in the kitchen here because this has the best lighting in here. It has an LED plus a recessed lighting. Plus it has access to windows and such, unlike my bedroom. It gets a 9,000 degrees in there and just a pain in the ass. All right, here's A, so we'll put A with the A, B, C, D. We have a K, E, F, what is this? Unlabeled, oh, E. So E, F over yonder, E, F, G, right? I'm still learning the alphabet today. E, F, G, H. E, F, G, H. We'll go over here. Here's a J. That's what we need. Okay, and a J and a K right here. Okay, so we need a J34. Turns out that wasn't the rifle it wanted. Send that back to the cornfield. Ooh, come on. All right, so it wants this J34. It's a lot prettier. Kind of looks the same. Oops. I would say if that was the correct scale, I would say it's just a little bit larger 1/35 scale. As far as a shotgun's concerned, because a regular rifle would be from here back for 1/35 scale. So what scale a person would go with this? Say a 3-inch figure, what scale that 3-inch figure is? I don't know, because I don't know how to do scales. Okay. All right, so that's the J. I'll put that over there. Son of a mother father. Okay. You also want a J37. You want a J27 and a J28, which are right here. Just looks like a cleaver and a holster for the cleaver. So we'll put these over here next to that. And we need a J37 and a J38, which are right here. So they look like, I can't imagine these being throwing knives, fillet type of knives maybe. You need the 2 horseshoes, which are J36 times 2. Okay, then you need a J33, which is this weird looking 38 looking thing. And then you need the actual board, which is J32. Yeah. So here's J32. Pre-weathered and painted silk screened board. Already aged to perfection. Okay. Now, is there any special way this needs to be placed? All the weathering the same? No, it looks to be this way. This is the direction. Okay, so according to this, it has a glue symbol on it, which means all these parts need to be glued on. Okay, so we'll grab our sassy glue here. So this needs to be reversed. We're just going to display it out first so we have an idea of what we're doing. Okay, and this right here goes like that. And then this right here sits at an angle, so the barrel is just above. Actually, it seems like it wants to go up a little bit higher, but that's about good. All right, horseshoe. We got a horseshoe that's flipped upright and one that's flipped down. Okay, let's use our tweezers because these are delicate little tiny things. Something like that. Something like that. What else? The handgun that sits up like that, and then you got one of these crazy looking knives. One goes one way, one goes the other way. So you want this one. Like so. And this one. Like so. Sort of like doing a yin yang type of thing, I guess. Or no. They're both basically the same. They're just one on top. Like that. So I got to glue everything down, of course. So come on, let me zoom in. There you go. Okay, so here's a zoomed in here. I have to glue everything down, like I said. But that's kind of the display of how they want it, this thing displayed on this thing here. All right. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. All right, so now we're going to dump and glue. Because the phone is directly in front of me, I may have to move it aside just a little bit every once in a while just so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay. So let's start off and put one of these there, one of these here, here. That should be good. Get our paper towel. Okay. Remember, you must have well ventilation when you're dealing with this B7000 glue. It's extremely toxic. Okay. So let's start off by gluing this critter down. This critter. Let's see if we can do this. And then this guy. Okay. Then we want to grab this guy. And this guy. And this guy. Facing this direction. And this guy. Uh-oh. And it's gone. Oh, there it is. Whew. This guy looks like a straight razor. Can't quite tell. Okay, so this. So that's kind of what we're looking for glued on. Seems a little wonky. That's what they want. That's what they get. Kind of added a little too much glue there. Okay, so that knife sort of hangs off the wall like so. Shotgun up there, handgun. Those two knives, maybe fighting knives or something. Horseshoes. Okay. Whew. Stinky. All right, so that was this critter here, step 38. We put a J34, J36 times 2, J37 and J38, J28 and 27. Oh, we forgot the lasso. That's what goes in that spot. Son of a monkey. Okay. So we got to make a little lasso here. Just wrapping it around our finger. Like you do. Okay, I'm going to add some of the glue back on there. So you know what, we'll use the Elmer's. Elmer seems to work better on paper. Don't really want this thing to keep unraveling. Just want to make it a little tighter. Big old chimpanzee hands. Kind of wonky, but then it makes it my own. Okay, all done with that. Not the best, not the worst. Step 39, looks like we're gonna build an elk display. So we need an F-17. We have not pulled the F-17 out, so let's go. We got J, we got K, we got L, M, N. Somehow we don't have an O. We have a P. Our F is over here. Okay. So we have an F over here, and we need an F-17, which is that thing right there. Very delicate. Okay, and then we need an F-13, which is right here, this black thing here, or brown thing, dark brown thing. We need an M-13. We need an M-13. M-13, which is the shield here. Okay. What else do we need? That's all we need? Okay, now we just need to connect them together. So we take the Horny McHornertons and this thing, and we, oh, it's a deer head. Oh, we have made ourselves a deer. Strange, but there you go. Okay. We have made a deer, and now all we got to do is connect this big old piece here to that right there. That seems awfully loosey-goosey, so let's put a little glue on it. There was too much glue on it. No drip. Shots fired. Big shots fired. Good thing about clear drying glue is, do you know what it is? What's the good thing about clear drying glue? Write it in the comments. It dries clear. You didn't hear that. All right, so we made our elk display, which is currently drying right there. Now we're going to work on, I'm not sure what this is. What is it? We're going to work on a thing right here. Oh, it's a throw your knife at it type of board, like a target. Okay, so we need a P29. So we should be out here somewhere. A P29. All right, so we have a P29 right here. And we need a bunch of C's. go reaching over here for our C's. We need one, 1, 2, 3, 4 C44s right here. C44s. I can't even remotely tell you what these things are. I do not know. I have never seen what I'm about to build here, so. Okay. A C30 and a C28. Here's a C28 and a C30 right below it. So we'll grab both of these. Okay, now we'll put C over here now. Try to build this thing. Excuse me, Mr. Elk. I'm gonna move all these things over here. Try to build this thing. How exactly do you do this? All right, so there's a flat edge, a peg, and a curve. So flat edge faces upward, like so, like so. So we follow through with each one facing the same direction. Oh, son of a monkey. Okay, so this one, like so. What on earth are we making here? What on earth a kit are we making here? Okay. Uno mas. Picante sauce. Oh, there's always one. There's always one that's got to be wonky. Don't make me pull this car over. Okay. Here we go. I do not know what this is. All right, so now we got to take a C30 and what do we got to do with this? We got to take the peg here, put it into that little slot there somehow. Doesn't want to go. Uh-oh. Part falling off there. Seems like something is wrong here. I put these on wrong. That's what's going on here. That's why we do this live, so you don't have to suffer through it. No. All right, so the curve has to go upwards, although it looks very strange in the picture of it facing downwards, but in the picture to the right of it, it's facing upwards. So, okay. So now we face these things with the curve outwards. Forget about what I told you a moment ago, even though the instructions show specifically to put them down. And then the next picture said, never mind. Okay, maybe it's just a misprint. Okay, now we have a bigger doohickey there. So now we want the doohickey to go into that hole, that peg. All right, so we push this straight across. Doesn't want to go that way, so let's try it this way. Okay, so that fits. There we go. Everybody is flush in there, and he's coming through that way. And then we have this one that connects this direction, like so. What the hell is this thing? Okay. Yeah. Now you want me to glue this all to a wall? How dare you ask me to do difficult things? All right, so what wall is that? That is the contraption that we just made. Doesn't tell me what it is. I have no idea. But now it wants it glued to this wall. All right, that wall is G, it says. G. G, your hair smells terrific. Here's G. I have found G. Drinks and food, band performance, recreational activity, pure bourbon, the Flame of the West, special tequila, taste Mexican style, welcome cowboys, cowgirls, and a bunch of warning and reward and hunted doohickers and some crazy silhouettes. That must be the back. This clearly is the front. All right, we need an M18. Where have I heard that before? An M18. Sounds like a firecracker, right? All right, what do you want on said M18? You want an M18. This is an M18. It looks like an outlet. Is that an outlet? It had outlets in the 1800s? Okay, I am not one to argue. J40. J40. Let's go looking in our plates over here. We have a J here. J40, which looks like a billboard of some sort. It's got bounty posters, notes, wanted, okay. Uh-oh, something just went flying at me. It looks like a pocket watch. I'll put it in the box. Okay, we got a bounty board or something. We need a J11. What is this? That is a J11. I'm going to need a tool to remove it from the plate. Okay. J11. This plate actually looks like it's finished. I don't see any other pieces on J. So I think we can set J free. Oh boy. Let's move all this stuff over there. There's a bunch of random things sitting inside the box over there with things that popped out and all kinds of doohicker thingamajigs. All right. They want M18 to go on this little empty spot right there, so they want us to glue that down. So, is there a particular way you want it? This has a design on it, like a 5-pointed star or not a 5-point. I'm not sure what the hell that is. Isn't that like the shape that you have on the Star Trek, like, you know, the pin on their left breast? They have that sort of triangle-looking thing that they use as a communicator or whatever. You know, it's possible. What was that movie, Cowboys and Aliens? Possible, right? All right, so I'm going to drop some of the Elmers into that little spot that's already got like an outline. Drop this critter right on top. I mean, it's entirely possible they had outlets. The 1800s wasn't that long ago. I mean, for you and I it was, but... All right, so you want this. Where do you want it? You want it over the G? Looks like we're going to put it right over the G here and cover up the G. So, yo, G, what's hanging? You're getting covered, G. Bye-bye, G. Let's get that glue kind of rubbed inside there. Move it around a little bit. Okay. G is gone. Next, we are going to put this thing right over here. So let's get some gluage on here. So right about now, the funk soul brother. Sorry. Stay. Okay. And now what do you want? You want this little cow skills. I have no idea what that is. You want that right here. Let's put a little gluage on here. Let's grab our Tweezy McTweezer tins. They just want it like right in between but above these two things here. Cow skills. Cow skills. Cow skills. Well, you need to rope them, right? I don't recall anybody ever shoeing a cow. It is a hooved animal, but I think horses are mainly what get shoed. Maybe a camel gets shoed, but a cow? I don't know. All right, you want... Is that it for now? Yeah, okay. Okay, no, we want me to put more stuff. You want me to put an F2. An F2. Do we have a C and a D. If you were an F, where would you have gone? There's a K. There's an L. What are you? You're an M. Let's put you over here. What are you? You're a P. We'll put you with that one. We'll put the N over here as well. Then we have a clear plastic. We'll just kind of put it there. We have a P1. And then what do we got here? We have a K. Leave that over here. Here's our F. All right, we need an F2. Oh, it's a lantern. These lanterns actually look a little bit better than the lanterns in the previous game. I mean, the previous kit. All right, so you want this thing. The tab is here. You want that right here into that slot. Or not. Okay, we got a little squish there. Okay, then you want me to put step 40 you want, which is this thing. It's got 2 pegs. You want it into the slots right there. And I do not know what this thing is. I thought it was like a target that you throw things at, but it seems awfully high up. But this is on the second floor. This is the second floor. This is the first floor. Okay, and then where do you want? You want this peg right here, which is the deer head. You want this peg going into that slot right there. Oh, the deer popped out. Okay, like so. Don't fall off, please. So that's pretty much everything you, oh, no, 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 no. No, we stay up here. We don't slide down here. It's not where we go. But that's what we're looking at. And that's basically what we've done. But wait, there's more. Okay, so let's do this. I need to free up a little bit of room. Let's move Mr. Bar over here. And let's put this here. Let's get a Sippy McSippertons. Okay. And now you want a bunch of Q's, which are the stickers. So now you want Q16, which is this right here, the Pony Express. Where do you want that? You want that to the right of the lantern, apparently. So right about here. Just stick it up on the wall there. And then you want a Q17, which is a poster for a funeral of Billy the Kid. That's weird, because you had a wanted poster by the bar that said wanted Billy the Kid. Well, now we're having a funeral. Where are we putting that? We're putting that right here. That one looks a hell of a lot more weathered than the other one. Then you want a Q14. Si busca vivo o muerto. Recompense 5,000 pesos. I don't know. Okay. That was the sheer attempt at Espanol. You want that over here, right here. Like so. Then you want Q15, which is a wanted poster. What does that say? Dead or alive? United. Oh, armed and dangerous. Cash. Something. Some type of wanted poster. Looks a lot like Arthur Morgan for some reason. Wonder why that would be. And you want that over here. And do you want me to put something over here? Oh yeah, another F2. Another F2. So another lantern goes on this side here. So grab another F2. Put F2. You got the peg right there. We're going to drop it into that slot right there. No click or squish. We have a very involved wall. Very, very involved wall right here. So I purposely left a few of these edges up to make it a little bit more realistic, even though they're pinned in, but you know, sometimes things are crinkly. So that was kind of cool. We built us a wall. Okay. So everything I did right there was on step 41. I glued M18 to the wall right there. I glued J40 to the wall right there. You see how there's like little outlines on everything? Not on that one. Nope. Then I glued J11, which was that cow skills, right where that arrow is. And then I glued the step 38, which was that, on over there, which basically led me here. Step 40, which was whatever the heck that thing is. Glued it to the wall next to that power outlet. Then that elk head to the wall there with the two lanterns. Then we came down here to the rest of step 41, and they wanted me to put them stickers on the wall. We did Q16, Q17 in between the lantern and the elk display, Q14 and Q15 in between the elk, the lantern, and the cow skills display. And voila, we get this thing. That thing. Okay. Michael! Look who it is. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. Hi. All right, moving on down. So if you'd like to give us a shout out, give us a comment, communicate with us, Michael 070 Knight, aka Michael Contreras Knight 070, is moderating. So in case I don't see the board or I don't respond quickly enough, Michael will be right there to respond. Whatever tickles your totem pole, whatever's on your mind. Leave out the religion and the politics and we'll be good to go. All right, we are switching page to 13 here. We are on step 42 and they want us now to connect that wall that we just completed onto said bar. That's not going to be fun, but dry, everything dry. Oh. Okay, so you want me to connect all of this oozy doozy onto this thing? Well, we've got two slots down yonder. We've got two pegs here. The thing is, without anything else holding on to this, this is probably going to fall down. Okay. So we are connected. We got us a huge freaking wall, a bar with a ton of wires. All right, so let's move this over here. So we have connected. It's showing a line coming across. I have a whole bunch of lines coming across. Okay. All right, we got to build some more things. Looks like we're going to be building some chandeliers. Step 43. So, copper rings. Boy, we're going to start doing some magic tricks? All right. Okay. Chompy on ices. All right. We need a bunch of A's. That is not an A. Here is an A. So we need an A24 to start us out. We have an A24 right here, which looks like the thing you put underneath the horsies. So you can pull, you can connect the thing up into its mouth so that you can pull, and then, anyway. Let's go A23 3 times. So here is A23. One of them fell out in part 1. So that may be our extra one. Okay. So then we take this contraption and we drop these A23s into said contraption. Not the best. I don't hear nothing. I didn't hear a squish or anything. Just sits there, I guess. Not very well, though. I may have to drop some glue to get those critters down. They seem awfully wobbly. Yeah, so let's drop a little B7000 in here to each of these slots. He said sluts. Sorry. I said slots. Okay, so hopefully that will solidify down there and not be so wobbly. I mean, I wouldn't want my chandelier to be wobbly. Okay. I don't see any place else to glue, so we'll keep the glue close by but covered so it doesn't dry out. Okay, same with our Elmers. Okay. Whew, that's some stinky stuff. All right, so that is that. Now, copper rings came inside of our accessories bag here. So, how many copper rings? So you want 6 total copper rings. All right, I pulled a little bit more than 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 with 1 extra. So let's put that away. All right, how exactly is this supposed to work? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, how do you connect? You don't show a tool of any kind, but you want a K23? That's an L. Here's a K. You want a K23, which are these weird looking things here. How many of these? You want 2 of these? Why are there so many of them, though? Oh, because you're using them for something else as well? Okay, so K23. Stuck to the back of the board. Okay, so how now, brown cow? You want me to put a ring around this K23? Like so? Then you want me to connect 2 more rings below this? And how am I supposed to do that? Do I look like a jeweler? Okay, I just kind of pulled it apart. No one ever said that I had to be pulling rings apart. Oh boy. Of course you give it to a chimpanzee that hands are not dexterous enough. Son of a mother. Holy jeez Louise. All right, so we're going to have Open while 2 dangle. Oh my Lord. All right, let's try something here. So I'm going to need like a needle nose, right? But it never said anything about a needle nose in here. So I'm going to put the phone down and see what I have in my toolkit. Talk amongst yourselves. I will be right back. They didn't say anything about a needle nose in here. I'll go find a needle nose if I own one. Maybe Sammy knows where there's a needle nose. Sammy knows everything. Sammy knows his nose. Well, I don't own a needle nose. But nowhere on that box does it say you need a needle nose. I'm pretty good at improvising. We'll certainly think of something. Talk amongst yourselves and try to figure out what I can do. And when you think you have a solution, write it in the comments. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go use the restroom, which I should have done when I was looking for the needle nose, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. So you come up with a solution, post it in the comments, and I'll get cracker-lacking. Think of anything? Did you think of anything? All right. Yeah. There we go. Sammy is in the room. He's on his cat tree. All right. So without a needle nose, I'm kind of lost here. Let me dig into my bag of tricks. See if there's anything I can use to close a gap. Because I have, well, it's not a needle nose, I have a wire cutter. I don't know if I can grab this and twist it. So let's try it. Oh yeah, that actually kind of worked. Okay, so now I make the three of these. Yeah, you know, if I had pliers, I'm not tooly inclined, so there we go. So the middle one is the one you're going to open up. You're going to connect 2 brass rings on either side and then connect it to the ceiling piece. But I just realized something. You have to open another one up in order to get it into this ring right here. So 2 of these are going to have to be opened up. So we already have this one here. So let's open up this one. Oh, well, that's going to happen. All right, so we opened up this one just with our hand. Seems it's going to be awfully tricky. All right, now we got this thing we got to worry about in between us. How that freaking hurt. All right, let's see how we're going to do this. I opened it up too far. Twist it over. No one ever said it had to be perfect. Okay, so there you go. It's not the best in the world, but I don't want this piece to fall out, so and it fell out. Okay. So let's try bending this one better if we can. Try to get some chimpanzee fingers on here. See, this never said anything in the instructions that I had to do. This involved craftsmanship here. All right, that's already fallen off. Oh, well, that was the end of that. All right, well, that ring's gone. I just snapped it all in half there. So I don't think I'm going to go this route. I know you want me to dangle these rings down, but I think I'm going to pass. I think I'm going to pass. Because you got to open this up way too much to get it inside here. Then somehow close it. Oh. You're lucky that my chimpanzee hands are ambidextrous. Otherwise, I would call China and complain and cry. Go into a fetal position and cry. Sorry, it's hard to see on here while I'm trying to bend this thing. It's not like a key ring. A key ring would cooperate. figure out a way without cutting this again. Don't cut it. Turn towards it. Okay. Put the other rings on there. Find a place to hold on to it. Shit. This is some stupid crap here. Needle nose would be a whole lot easier than this thing that potentially wants to cut into it. There's got to be some way I can bend this down so that it doesn't come apart. It's so small to try to grab onto it. It's like nearly impossible. Yeah, I'm about a few seconds away from saying not gonna happen. This seems way too crazy of a project. As long as I don't move it, it looks really stupid, all bent out of shape like that, but unfortunately that may be the only route I can go. The problem is those rings are gonna come loose if I can't bend this over. Okay. Just trying to bend it on top of itself so it gives the illusion. You're never gonna freaking see this thing. But all right, so there's one attempt right now. I gotta do it again. So I'll have to go digging through the box and find that one ring that I threw away as one we didn't need. Oh, now we need it. So do we still have it? Is the million-dollar question. I've sworn I threw it into the box, but I don't see it in said box. I see the lamp, I see the shotgun, but I do not see the ring. So then we may just only have two. Oh, it already fell apart. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, so I do have the three rings right here. Okay. All right, let's try to figure this one out. I'm going to put both rings on here. Okay. Both danglies right here. Then we're going to take this and put it onto this other side here. Like so. Now we're going to try to clasp it together some mysterious way. Or bend it down. No, you mother, father, sister, and brother. Oh, seriously? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm going to start swearing really badly in a minute. Really, really badly. like every cuss word a sailor and beyond knows. Everything's fucking falling apart. Thing is my neighbor's a jeweler. If she was home, I could probably get like her toolkit, because it's something that you'd use on little itty bitty things like this. But I don't really want to bother her. That seems not cool. Come on, man, just let me turn this damn thing without breaking it. It's just... Oh, I thought the wiring harness was going to be hard. This is ridiculous. I mean, the wiring harness is going to be hard. There's no doubt about that. Okay, I think we got this. The only problem is that we don't got this. Nope. All right. Okay, start again. Oh my effing no good son of a darn crotchety old bitchy mother father. Was that good enough? Really? I have enough of a gap here. Why are you being a dirty whore? I can say dirty whore because we're in an old Western thing here. You may not like it. But I'm not calling you a dirty whore. I'm calling this stupid puzzle a dirty whore. I'm getting rid of these stupid wooden lamps off of here and trying this again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Everything just fell off on that side. That's great. All right. Nowhere in this instructions does it say this is this freaking difficult. This is all you get in the instructions. Boy, don't they make that look so easy without any tools at all? In my mind, I have Master of Puppets from Metallica playing. All right, that's not going to work, unfortunately. But that's all you're going to get, folks, because I am not going to pull these things apart again. because I have to pull these things apart again. I quit. I chose the wrong day to quit sniffing glue. Well, let's let that dry a little bit. This is why this thing's a 10 to 12 hour puzzle, folks. Because of shit like that. We haven't nearly gotten to the real hard stuff. Stuff will probably all fall apart. But you know what? It is what it is. Where does all this crap have to go? Let's see. It has to connect onto a ceiling somehow. So B1. Here's B1. The B1 is connected to a center part that we need to remove. This is what we need to look at here. No. I'll figure this out here. Okay, so B1. Oh my God. How difficult. There's like 9 billion little holes, you know, that you have to plug things in. 9 billion of them. And this guy's barely showing me what I gotta do. That is really complicated. So that one there. I think it has to go right here and right here. So come on. At what point would you like me to start screaming, Mike? All right, Mike, you need to fly out here and help me build this. I cannot get my fingers underneath here. Of course, this piece does not want to go in there. Oh my God. It's all dangly as all hell. That's how it's going to be. Let's take our stabby weapons and put them aside. We're cramming way too much stuff inside this little toolbox. I bought a toolbox at the Dollar Tree, which I'm going to start switching all this stuff over to. Great little kit. I have it linked in the description. It is a great little kit if you're starting out. Comes with a whole bunch of files and the Acto blade and goodies for that. And every time I build a kit, I add more stuff to it, but it's overflowing with stuff right now. So, okay. We are on this page right here. This was step 43. I think I'm going to rip out all my testicle hairs next. Unfortunately, we had to go with 2 rings instead of 3 because I kept snapping them, so you got a dangly here. So now you got to connect a light to this, according to this doohickey here. So two of these lights, warm white light 33 centimeters and warm white light 45 centimeters. You've got to be high on crack. How am I supposed to tell which one is which? So it's these two, it's got to be these two right here. So let's get rid of this guy over here. Let's get rid of these 3. Okay, so it's got to be these 2 guys right here. So let's try to get them up through here. Okay. Oh boy, wall already falling down. Of course, it's going to fall down. It's got nothing to hang on to, like I said. All right, get out of here. So we've got the longer one here, which connects where? So we need more K23s, first of all. figure this out. Okay. So you got to put something here. So this one here, bend it down like so. Do you know the way to San Jose? La la la. Do you know about the double bubble gum? What do you use it to start your carburetor? Or you put it in your mouth and you chew it and blow bubbles? I think that's how I'd use it. Why don't you explain it to us there, Ian? Okay, so that's one light. So now the other one goes where? The other one goes... This don't make no sense. I have to be doing this wrong. But it shows, see the shape of this open space here down to a point? It shows that open space down to a point there, but the connections are really weird. You threw it at your back patio and chipped it? I don't understand. This is so confusing. So you want me to go around here this way, mount this light like this. Like, what? That makes no sense at all. I am so confused. I cannot figure this one out. The slots don't even exist on this board. What kind of crack are you smoking? This literally makes no explanation whatsoever. Not to mention the fact that the instructions are so freaking tiny. All right, I got that one, but that one, it doesn't make any sense. There's no place to put this. So weird. Well, I'm going to put it over here, even though there is no place you can put this thing. I am horribly confused by this. And I cannot find any instructions on the actual company's website. Oh my fucking fingers. Okay. Horribly confusing. Makes no sense. No sense at all. This is probably why that other saloon didn't have lights. This thing doesn't even connect here. Plus, it doesn't make sense because you have to turn it this way. So somewhere, I don't know where this is going to connect. It's probably not this one, but I have to lean it somewhere. So horribly confusing. How long did we just spend? Like 30 minutes just on this one panel. Fix the two light wires that are not fixed in step 37 as shown in the figure. Okay. I did that. I guess I did that. Okay. And we hung those up there. I don't really know, but I'll show you what I did here. Very, very confusing. Oh, Sippy McSipperton time. All right, page 13, going to page 14 here. Now you want me to connect that ceiling onto the wall. Okay, we got to get the wall again. We're going to connect the ceiling to those two slots right there. Nowhere to connect them here. Oh, okay, so right there. Except there's nothing there. Okay. Uh-oh, fireplace falling apart. Okay, so if we wanted to see what this crap looks like, we can take our battery box, connect our tap critter to it. And then connect our cable with all the lights. So at the moment, except for all the dangling wires, it's the glow of the fireplace. The dangly wires and weird funky spots, but I think eventually we'll be able to pull these cables around properly to try to figure out where they all go. Okay, so the only one I'm going to take out is the touchpad. Oh shit. Okay, don't go on. Touchpad wires away. All right, so we can leave that alone for now and go back to working on accoutrement. So let's see here. Yeah, so yeah, it's 2 stories, this building. So eventually we're looking at, this is the back side of the building. This is the front side of the building. Okay. Let's see. We need K and a bunch of stickers, looks like. What are we making? We making books? It looks like we're making books. So we need K 19 times 6. K 19 times 6. That's N and P. That's M. It's E. L. F. Got to be over here. Here's K. Okay, so K19 6 times right here. Looks like we're making some books. So every saloon should have some books in it. All right, so we're looking for, what are we looking for? Q. So let's try to figure this out now, this little puzzle. Q13 times 6. Here's Q13, so there's random ones in here. So let's see if we can pull this apart. All right, this is our first book cover. So, just like all the other kits that I've made with books in them, we're just gonna take our little square, try to align this up the best that we can, wrap it around, and we've got a book. We had a book. All right, that's one book. Let's make this another book. K19. I think K19 is a Russian class submarine. I think this is all code for something, people. The F-16s, the F-4s, the F-15s. We got a K19. Another book. It's the start of the Cold War in the 1800s. K19 here. Fold it around. We have a book. Okay. Another book. K19. Sorry for the filthy potty mouth. If you noticed when you came into my channel, I'm fluent in potty mouth. Well, I normally try not to swear. It does happen. And if you are offended, you can certainly write to your congressman. All right, K19. This one appears to be facing this direction. So let's try to align it up the best that we can. Wrap it around. Can't quite read it. What does it say? My light. Oh, I don't know. My light bird? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Its print is so tiny. I cannot possibly read it. So I have a funny story for you today. I got chased by 3 cockroaches. That's the whole story. I've never been chased by a cockroach. La cucaracha. And there's a book. All right, we made 6 books. Now you want me to do what? You want me to take Q3 and bend it. Bend it all around. What? I don't understand. Wait, what? But it just fell apart in my hand. You want me to do what with this? It's falling apart. I don't see how you're making an accordion out of this if it's all falling apart. How? It's all individual pieces falling apart. Yeah, something's not right with that one. All right, we're not going to do that one. Let's put it all back on this thing here if we can. So all these pieces are falling off. That one's out of the question. What else you want me to do? Q10, you want me to do 6 of, oh, you want me to roll up. Okay, so here's Q10, it's a whole bunch of stuff. And they want me to roll it up like newspapers. Roll them up like that? Why? The thing is, look how tiny this thing is. You want me to try to roll this up like a newspaper? Or like a spliff? You're insane. You're insane in the membrane. Not a chance. Nope. All right, we're not doing that. What's next? Let's make a shelf. Okay. Some of the stuff in here is utter shit. I wouldn't waste my fucking time, honestly. But you do you, boo. All right, L28. L. Let's look for an L. There's an L. Okay. You want me to make books? I'll make books, but I'm not rolling little tiny boogers up that you'll never see anywhere. L28. Here is L28. Okay. L25. Here is L25. Connected that to there. Okay. And L25 again. That one's going to go right there, but this time they want the silk screen time, the image down and this upwards. What? That's not going to work. Oh, they want it in the same spot. Okay. Oh my God. So they want me to stack this like so. They want me to stack these two pieces. Doesn't say anything about gluing and connecting them to these two posts. So it's a double shelf. Like so. Except the alignment thing is a little bit off. Okay, so then you want a C29. C29. There's a J. There's a C. A C29, which is this one right here. C29 with the two pegs here, connected into those slots there, or not. Or not, or not, and we're filing. I don't know, we lost connection there for a moment. I hope we're back. Hope you can still hear and see me. Let's make sure. Testes. Let's make sure. Okay. Testes. All right, let's try that again. Going to karaoke tonight, Mike. What am I singing? So connected that piece on. And now L19 times 2. L19. Here's L19. Don't look at the 21. That's for those. L19 is for these two. So we need both of those. And then we got to do the same thing. Nope, these one's going to go here. One's going to connect here. Now make sure when you're building this that this tab faces downward. It's not up there. It's right there. Make sure that faces downward because that's what's going to connect into the floor or a cabinet or something. It's like we're building a gun case, but I can't be certain. So, so there you go. We've got this intricate looking shelf system here. This redwood is slick. Let's try to get this. There we go. Okay, so this here was, see, step 46 was making the books. Then I said nope to this one here. Nope to this one here. Then I switched over here and made this one here. And now we're going to glue some books down, it looks like. Okay, so that thing's supposed to be a pop-up book. But 6 books there. Okay, so it's supposed to be some scrolls. A book that looks like a pop-up book. That's kind of doing origami on that thing that we saw. The other books stacked up. Okay, so so let's take a look here. So on the bottom shelf, you've got 6 books. We got 6 books here. So we're going to take some glue. Keep feeling like I'm going to pass out from the heat in here and all the freaking glue and smells from this kit. So much chemicals. Okay, so we're going to stack some books in here. Okay, so we're going to put 4 on this side, 2 on this side. Okay. One more. I don't see that happening. Looks like I got to stack 3 and 3. So there just isn't enough room there. Okay. Those are our books. So now I'll try to figure out, let's see if I can find, it doesn't show me making another book for this fold up thing here. So we're going to make our own book out of some of the styrene stuff. Just got to find a good square piece out of this. Let's see where I can do it. When in doubt, make your own crap. It's pretty good size, right? Do a little filing. And we got ourselves a little book that we made ourselves. This is where that chimpanzee brain comes in. Thinking outside the box. Okay, so now if I took the cue and I took this piece, now we got something to hold on to. Looks like an obliterated book. I'm going to figure out how to do this now. How do we do this? These pieces are all falling apart. So if it was all one long line of it, it would make sense. The things we do for love. The things we do for love. Kind of messy. Rolling these things up a little bit more difficult. If I had a piece of wire, I already tried this. This didn't work, but we'll try it again. That looks ridiculous, but whatever. Okay. Stuff on a shelf. That's what that was. Oh, we got to put some stuff on across here. Q1. There's Q1. How? This looks awfully long, sir. How does that? It has to be, oh, cut to the length, the appropriate length. Cut to the appropriate length. Okay, so we take this. Connect that onto there. It's only for the front, only for the front. So we could put this back on its thing. Okay, back over there. All right, we're working on another part, so we're going to move this stuff aside for the moment. So like I showed you, we did this, step 45, we connected the ceiling onto that wall. Then we started making these little books, and we fanned out the best that we could. We rolled up one of these things. It says 6 times, but decided not to. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this shelving system here, which was that. And then we connected these, Q1 cut to the appropriate length, which we did. And we put all those books and things on the shelves. Set that aside, and now we're going to work on this and this. Okay. So if you're just joining us, my name is Ricky with Real Talk Chimp. We're live streaming this DIY wooden book, 2-story Blackwater Saloon, Old Town Saloon in Blackwater in Red Dead Redemption 2. If you're a Red Dead fan or you're just into these 3D book nooks, these 3D wooden puzzles, this is by Wondyland in China, purchased off of Amazon. All the information, the description, is in the description of this video, as well as all the toolkits that I use, the kit itself, and the cutting board. I didn't add the glue in there, but because the kit comes with glue, I just happen to have the glue. And we're live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Please like the video if you like the type of content. Share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. Comment and communicate with me. Michael 070 is moderating. So if I don't see the board, he will certainly respond. And please smash that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. We need them 4,000 watch hours before the end of the year. All right, so we are looking for L and C parts. So here's L. We're looking for L24, which is right here. L24 with the orientation of that direction goes on top. L23 is the base. Okay. L22 is the middle. So we're making a set of a chest of drawers or whatever you say. Okay, and then we're looking for two C31s. Two C31s, which are right here. And the orientation of these, because it has a taller post and a shorter post, the taller post with that little slot faces downward. Okay, so now we'll construct this. We want L24 to be on top, but let's take this piece here. Connect it onto here. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. We're not doing that today, I guess. Because we're doing it wrong. We're doing it and doing it and doing it wrong. Okay. Like so. Then we're putting our L24 on top. I guess we're not putting that one on there. Now the base. Fat goes backwards. What I mean by fat is you see there's a fatter edge, thinner edge. Thinner edge goes forward according to the diagram. Squishy sounds. So there you go. Little thing of drawers. All right, and now we need an L17, which is right here. An L21. Oh, that's not it. All right, so this is going to pop out this whole piece, and that's going to, we need L21, which is these two. And we're going to double stack them like we did on the previous critter. So blank side and blank side together, like so. But we got to get this L18 center part out. Put that aside. So let's take a look here. So this goes north. This heads south. This will connect onto this piece here. I think normally you have a mirror right here, And this, you know, if this is the old Western style armoire type of thing where you put your clothes, they'll have one here, and then the makeup table in the center, but I'm not sure if that's what we're making. Okay, so we're going to take these two posts, connect these two on here, so we'll probably do it one at a time, like the previous one we did. Wow. Okay, let's not do that and do some filing because these are not going to work. Let's try again. There we go. That's a squishy sound we like. Painted side top. Perfect. Oh my Lord. Let's try that again. I was going to say, oh my Lanta. I'd probably get sued. Oh my Lanta. Careful when you press. There you go. We made a critter. Okay, so I'll show you what we did. We went into step 48 and we put C31 times 2, connected it to L22, then added L24 and L23 to create that little chest of drawers. Then we connected the two pieces up above and connected the lower piece down to the chest of drawers to create that. To create that. Okay. Switching the page from 14 to 15. And now we're going to add some flare to the thing we just built. So we're going to build a lamp, which requires C24 and C25, which is right in the center here. C24, C25. We'll use our little accessory tool to take it out. Try to take it out. Okay, and this is telling us to just connect that and that. Seems a little loosey-goosey, but to make our little three-dimensional light, looks like it's made out of like deer hide or something. Pretty cool. Okay. So we're going to put this peg right here into that slot right there. Like so. And then we need an M17. An M17. Okay. M17. Which is this little cactus in a little vase. We're going to put a little cactus in a vase, this peg into that hole there. Very reluctantly, it does not want to go, and the lamp is there. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get the optical illusion here of it being three-dimensional. Not really good on the lamp. Pretty good on the cactus, though. Making it look three-dimensional, but the lamp, maybe, okay, you got to go at a distance so you don't see how weird it looks. So at a distance, you got the three-dimensional look. All right, we need C32 times 2, C32, which is these right here. So you get an extra one because they look very delicate. And these are like the things that hold shelves on, right? The brackets that hold shelves. So these are going to require glue. This has to require glue. It doesn't show glue on here, but it does show blue arrows. So I'm going to say that it's glue. I'm going to take the B7000. Again, well ventilated room when you're going to use the B. Whew, stuff's stinky. Put a little bead there. A little bead there. Okay. Longer side down. Hand's not working. Oh my gosh. Like so. Very cute. Then on the face of this, we're going to put that decoration that we did on the other piece over here. So we're going to take some more of this. We're going to place it on the front. And take our little cutting tool. Very cute. Let's put that there for a moment. Put the sticker back in its place. So my buddy was telling me that I should start uploading these episodes over to TikTok. I got no followers over at TikTok, so I don't know what I'd waste my time doing that for. He's like, oh no, people love seeing these crafting type things on TikTok. And I'm like, that's great. So I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to like download this. You need a subscription to YouTube to be able to download your videos. I don't know how to do all that. Okay, so now we're gonna, okay, so I'll show you again what I did here. Step 50 was creating that lamp, which is putting those two pieces together. Then we put them all together on the thing that we built in the previous page. With the little shelf doohickers. And that is the completed piece, which is this right here. A little wonky right here. Try to straighten that out a little bit without breaking everything. Okay. Cute little piece. Okay. Now it looks like we're going to make some more shelves for the bar. So we're looking for K24. Looking for quite a few Ks. So if you were a K, where do you think you would be? We have an L. You would be right here. So we need a K24, which is right there. So we need one of those. And we need a D20. First of all, we need a C23. Here's C23. So C23. C23 with the orientation facing like so. And a D20. D20. D20 over here. D20, which is the pear looking thing here. Okay. So this is telling us we got to take our C. Okay. So we're going to take our K24 here, drop it into that first slot, that peg. That's a nice squish sound, like so. And then our D20, which is this pear-shaped thing, put it into that slot right there. That's a nice squish, okay. Then we have this odd-looking shape here that needs to stay towards the back. Okay, so that's one of those. Now we need another C23. And we need another K20. Oh, we need our first K20, I should say. Not sure what kind of booze that is, but is it a cool cobalt blue bottle? All right, so we're going to take this guy with our orientation like so. We're going to put him into the first slot, like you do. It's like a jug. Then a K24, which was again one of these. That peg right there, going into that slot right there. Okay, put that one down. Okay, so step 51 was doing the K24, D20, and C23 and creating that. The next one was taking the K20, the K24, and the C23 and creating that. Okay. Step 52 is basically doing the same again with more stuff. So grabbing K20 times 2. And a C23, actually a third K20, and another K24. Okay. And these two C 23s. Okay. So blue and blue go together. All right. So again, but our orientation is going to change this time. Now we're going to be facing this way. So we're going to take our two blue bottles, connect them here. Could be pressed down a little bit more. Okay. Again, we're flipping it this way. We want that orientation. No, we don't. No, we don't. We want to flip it over this way. Hang on a second. Do this. Okay. I did that one right. So we want to flip it over this way. Peg goes to the right. Slots go out that way. And then we're going to take our blue drink and put it first. Here. Ooh. That one's a little troublesome. And then our yellow drink to the right. Oh boy. Okay, this one's a little bit stubborn. No. Okay, so this one's not going to work. This one requires filing. Much better when you file. Your taxes, that is. 'Tis the season to file. All right, so we did K20 times 2 into C23 and created that. But notice the orientation is shaped different. We did K20 and K24 into C23 here. Created that. Cool. Okay. Now we're moving on to step 53, which is going to require some more sassy things. We need an L4. Okay, so we need an L4. L4. If you're in L4, here we go. It's this outer edge one right here is L4. Careful popping it out. Okay, so the orientation on this looks like just like this. So we need an E8. An E, I don't think we've used E yet. There's E over here. An E8. Look at that purple bottle, magenta bottle. What the heck could that be? Whatever that is a good looking bottle. Okay. And we need N3 times 4. N3 times 4. Here is N3. Those look like empty shot glasses, or not. They're not shot glasses, they're rockers. Rockies? Rockers. Rockers? What are they called? Tumblers? Son of a mother, father. I used to know these words. And then we need an E9 times 2. An E9 times 2. Uh-oh, we're breaking things. E9 times 2. like Perrier bottles. So pretty cool looking. So the right angle, they do look like glass, right? They have them so trained. All right, I'm going to do some connector tins. We're going to put an E8, that thing there, into here. That's the sound you want to hear. We're going to put these little shot glasses, whatever the heck they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 1 sassy bottle. Did we forget to grab the other sassy bottle? No, we popped another one. Uh-oh, there it is. The other sassy bottle. There we go. So we added the E8, the N3 times 4, and the E9 times 2 onto L4 and created a shelf like that, or like this. Get it right in the right light, and you make it look three-dimensional. Those already look pretty three-dimensional. Cool, all right. Now we connect everything together into a shelving system. So we're going to need C16 times 2, C16 times 2, which is here. Which means we want this orientation. This orientation. We need an L7. There's an L7. It's the center one in here. Looks like it's got little tiny shelves for tools maybe, like so. And an L5, which is right here, with an orientation of like so. All right, let's build a cabinet. So C16, start off with this critter up here. Ow! 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 Meow! Meow! I need a Sammy. I need a Sammy on aisle 5. We have a dented finger on aisle 5. Where is our Sammy? All right, those two are connected. We need to connect Big Boy. But first, let's connect this guy over here. I didn't want to go into there, though. Ow! Of course, that's my broken finger. See, I broke it a couple of years ago. Don't remember doing what, but I broke it. And even though it's been a couple of years that it's been broken, it was never set correctly. Because when I went to the urgent care, they're like, that's fine. Just wrap a little duct tape on it. You should be fine. Yeah. Does that look fine to you? I can point around corners, you dingleberry. It still hurts, even after several years. Press it the wrong way, it hurty McHurtertins. All right, but I do it all for the cause, to keep you entertained. Probably a video game injury, who knows? Okay, so we want to connect that there onto that there. Okay. Kind of weird. So now we want to connect this here under there. And then connect it to this side. Oh, please don't come apart. There we go. Like so. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, fig Newtons. Okay, like that. And then this one, where? Like so. How do you figure? Oh, like so. Okay. So come on, some more stuff that'll go down there. Okay. So we'll go through the whole rigmarole here. You saw I did all that. All that, and then we connected that to make that. Then we connected all of these to make that. And that is this. Okay, that was page 15. Moving on down to the east side. Okay. Sassy. It's very stinky, Mike. It's all over my, here, smell my finger. Here, pull my finger. All right, so now we're gonna completely build up this cabinet into a full armoire. So we're gonna need L18 times 2. And it wants us to flip this around this way. So we want L18 times 2, which were the things that I threw into this box. Oh, my Lanta. Here's the L18 times 2. They refuse to come out. L18 times 2. We got to flip this thing around. We flipped it around. Now what you want me to do with this thing? Oh, you want me to put it through there, huh? And through there? And then through there, huh? This thing here? Well, let's see if we can do that. I can't seem to, it wants to put it there, but I don't see how. There it is right there. So we're going to do that like that. That like that. And that like. Where do you not want to go? Is that it? Oh, a little wonky. Press it down a little bit. Okay. Okay. Where do you want to go? Here we go. Then we're going to do this like this. When I start doing these Western type things, I start talking like this. I can't put my finger on it, or in it, or near it. Okay. And don't seem to want to cooperate, but I think we got it. I think that's what we got there. That's pretty sassy. I like that. Kind of like them Franken beans making me fart all day long. All right, what else we got to do? What are those? L13 times 2. Well, hell there. Wait a second here. We got a straggler who just kind of walked in. Look what we got over here, folks. We got us a Sammy. Hey, Sammy. Say hi to Michael. Why are you not saying hi to Michael anymore? You need to say hi to Michael, sir. Oh, you're going to come over here and stuff your face? Is that what you're going to do? Say hi to Michael. Oh, being rotten, Mike. I'll make you say squishy things. Squeak, squeak, squeak. No squeaking. It looks like he wants to go back outside. We'll open up the window. Maybe it's cooled down a little bit out here. A little bit. Okay. We'll get him to say hi to Michael. I will make him do it. I'll make him do it. All right, what am I looking for? L13. L13. Here we go. Here's L13s. Dose of them. Oh, you want to say something there, Ice Maker? You got something on your mind? All right, how do you want me to put these things in here? You want me to do what now? You want me to face the color towards me? Okay, so you want me to put one in here like so with color towards me. Same with this side. So you want me to take this peg here, put it into this slot, the color away from me, so that you look like that you here. Oh, somebody done coming apart here. Okay, then you want me to put an L8 times 2, an L8 times 2, which is right here, these two. And you want me to stack them like I've been doing? So you want me to stack these two bad boys together like so? And what is the orientation? Fat and skinny. Looks like fat goes towards this edge. Okay. So you want me to do something that you don't want to work, apparently. All right, that's nice and squishy. That's nice and squishy. Then you want me to take this and put it on top. So blank side sits and hits blank side. Like so. Ooh. That looks sassy. And then what do you want me to do? You want me to put an L6 at the bottom? Well, let's find us an L6. There is an L6. And what is the orientation of the L6? Okay, you want the fat side going forward and the thin side going backwards, with these two slots here being connected onto these two pegs and these outer ones being connected to these two pegs. So that would do something like this here. And we keep a peg longer so we could stick it into the ground. Okay, now we got to figure out how to connect. How are we going to do this? You going to make me use my teeth? All right, looks like we're doing some filing, folks. Somebody doesn't want to go. Always gotta be somebody. Just doesn't want to cooperate. Let's try it again. Go to your home, sir. There we go. There we go, getting some squishy sounds there. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Now you want me to do what? You want me to put a Q? Let's do that Q last. Let's get a K33 times 2. K33 times 2. If you were a K, you'd be over here. K32 times, wait, K, Sarah, whatever will be. K33 times 2. K, oh, right here. Some brown bottles. 2 with 1 being extra. That looks like K33 times 3. No, because you want an M11 in there. You want me to get an M11? There's an M11. There's 2 M11s, but I guess only one M11. There's an M11 right there. There's an interesting looking bottle. Okay. So you got these things, and you want me to put an M11 first. Is that what I'm led to believe? Let's take a look and see. You want me to take this M11 and put it in that first slot right there? Is that what I am led to believe? Oh boy, that is a tricky little spot. Oh, don't break it. And you want me to put these two K33, that peg into that slot and that slot right there? You must be joking. There's one there. And then there's one. I can't get my chimpanzee phalanges to turn the right way. I know, that's what tweezers are for, but sometimes oh, son of a mother, father. Look what you're doing to me. You're gonna make me grab some tweezers. Okay. Whoo, went flying. Got it. See, even the tweezers don't cooperate sometimes. So let's try our little chimpanzee fingers again. You do not want to go in there. You are going to make me file you down, you mother father. Okay. Let's see if we can get this going again. Oh, much better when it's filed down. Much better. Well, hello there, Sam. You want to give your 2 cents? You want to tell everyone to like, comment, share, and subscribe? Or are we just going to get your butt? Hey, Sammy. Sammy, say like, share, comment, and... Okay, fine, be that way. Okay, what are we doing? We need to get K21 times 3. K21 times 3. K21 right here. Why do they all have the same amount of booze in them? Why don't you finish one and start another one? Okay, so you want me to take these things here and put them into those slots there, huh? Gotta make them all tricky, don't you? Oh, that one went in there, okay. Squishy, squishy. Oh, they're so small and so close together. Why are you gonna do that to me? Now it's sitting up a little high. We'll try to monkey with it. These things. It's this top right here that's bumping me from not getting my fingers in there properly. And I know you just said that's what she said, but not in this thing. All right, well, they're a little wonky. That's just how it's going to be. All right, what else do you want me to do? You want me to get it two L27s. Two L27s. Which are right here. And you want me to glue them down? What is an L26? All right, so you want me to put an L26 inside here? Like so? That's what you want me to do? But you want me to glue it in there? I think I can oblige. Remember, B7000 is not your friend. While it is a great tacking cement, it is extremely toxic. Make sure you are in a well-ventilated location. And if you think you have it rough, your pets are going to have it worse. So keep it away from your pets and small children. This stuff is stinky. Wipe off the top. It's going to get up. There go my hands. Okay. Okay, so we're going to drop these down inside that we recently dropped the glue in. And orientation looks like the curve is going to face upwards. Flip that around. The curve is going to face upwards. Okay. And if you're ever making dollhouse furniture, this is what it looks like. This is the process of making dollhouse furniture. You're just making little things like this, basically. Okay. Oh, now we get the tape. Oh, monkey. We get the sticker here. We're going to run the sticker across the top here. Hands are shaking like crazy. Come on. Oh my goodness. Try to line it up as best as you can. Use your thumbs to press it down. It is a self-adhesive sticker. So generally don't need any glue, but if it starts to peel, you certainly can put a little bit of glue underneath. Okay. This is a pretty intricate little critter here. I will show you what I went through to make all this crap. We started off over here at step 55, and we connected the L18s and the L13s into their sassy slots, but we were told to spin it around to the backside so that you can see how they connected. We connected all those parts, and we created that. Then we came down over here to step 56, and we combined L8 times 2 twice and connected to the top, and L6 connected to the bottom and created that. And then we went over here to step 57. Well, we did the Q1 last, of course. We did the K33 times 2 with the M11, connected it to those 3 slots over there. We took the K21 times 3, connected it to those 3 slots right there. Then we glued on with the glue symbol there, those 2 little plates to either side. And we created this, which is this. What do you think about that? That was pretty sassy, right? That was some sass. Thank you for the like. I truly appreciate it. It allows more people to find us in the news feed or in the however people find us, I guess. Agua frio. Okay. All right. Now it looks like we're going to create some more barrels. We're almost up to the 3-hour mark. Lovely. So you figure part 1 was what? 3 hours? 3 or 4 hours? Part 2 was definitely 4 hours. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 to 12 hours too. We still got quite a lot of pages to go. So we will certainly go into a part 4 for this one here. Maybe not a part 5, maybe able to finish this all at a part 4. But we are on part 3. All right, so we're going to need a B6, a B6, and an F3. So let's move these guys aside. This is B. I said what, B and F? B and F, B and F. Where's our F? Oh, Lord have mercy. F is over here. What is this? I'll put that over there for now. Try to grab our F. Oh my God. Son of a mother father. All right, what are we doing? All right. We're looking for 2 B6s. Here's 2 B6s right here. That are being stubborn and do not want to come out. 2 B6s and an F3. F3 right here. Oh, everything else coming apart but the F3. Okay, and now you want me to do what? You want me to take an F3 and connect it here. Then you want me to take the other B6 and go straight across to here, like so. Straight across. But on that note, we're going to go urinate. So you are going to talk to Michael 0709 and potentially Sammy while I go use the restroom. I will be back. Sammy, entertain. monkey. Come on, monkey. You didn't hear that? And we're back. Okay. Where are you, Sam? You want to come up here, Sam? No? Okay. All right, so we were working on step 58, creating some barrels here. We need a B12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 6 B12s. B12 is here. So we need 6 of these. Some of them are stuck to the back here. Okay. And we're going to stick that slot here onto one of these slots here. Or not. Let's try another one. Okay. These guys do not want to go. Having some trouble. I'm going to call an ambulance. And some of them work and some of them don't. I really cannot figure out why this is being such a trouble. Okay, one more. Like I said, the first corner bar that I ever built, which was sometime last year, when I first started building these things, I had to make 100 of these barrels. Now, I talked about this in part 2, I think, about making 100 of these barrels. After a while, my fingers hurt so badly, I never wanted to touch these things again. Well, guess what, folks? We're doing a lot of loving, touching, and squeezing. Okay, so basically what I just did was on step 58, I put B6s on the F3, and then I moved over and put the B12s onto that thing and made that little hand grenade. Okay. So we have thicker posts on this side. We have thinner posts on this side. Or are they the same? Okay. Then we're going to flip the page here from 16 over to 17. And there's a reason why I call out the pages, because I had built one of the Japanese city walk kits. And the pages were all out of order, and I had to contact the company. They said they would make changes. Okay, so we're doing nothing else to this but adding a B7, an F8, and a B19, and creating this countertop with that strange looking barrel on the end of it. So let's grab us a B7. Here is a B7. And the orientation will stay like this. We need an F8 So we're looking for a fate. F8, which is right here. Sorry, that's not focusing very well. Oh, we lost the center part. Let's move the center part out. Okay. So we've got the shape that you see here, but it's going to sit like this. Then we have this shape here. We want the two pegs facing downwards so that we can plug this into that slot. Okay, so that we made this. We're trying to make a surfboard or a windsurf board. All right, we need a B19. There is a B19. This is going to be placed on the bottom. Orientation again. Twinkie side to the left. 2 slots for 2 pegs. And it looks like they're going to go straight through, all the way through. But before we put them all the way through, let's take it back out if we can. Super. Ow. Ow. Sammy, we need to clean up on aisle 5. I'm gonna shimmy these things down a little bit, sand these things a little bit. They're a little too stubborn. I'm gonna use the fine grit. The pink side's generally the fine grit. Blue side's a heavy grit. We just need a tiny little bit. Not a lot. If you end up taking off too much, you can glue it down. So Mr. Barrel McBarreltons connects onto there. We just have to find the orientation here. Not that side. Let's try this one here. Let's try this here. Let's pull the center part out because it's not working at all. Let's try this again. It's all starting to fall apart. There we go. All together. Squishy, squishy. Okay, now we try to put this back together here. See the curve? Goes around the barrel. It tries to go around the barrel. Okay, like so. And this critter is supposed to connect on those, and these two, for these two, and those two. Oh, my Lord, very reluctant. Reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Engines thumping. That's as far as we can go without getting a copyright strike. All right, we are having tremendous difficulty here. Not working at all. I'm about to crawl into a fetal position and start crying. Why do you refuse? What is going on here? Why are you making this so damn difficult? Okay, well, clearly this is not going to work. So we are going to do some filing again. What did we say? If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. No, we cut the little tabs off and we just glue the stupid thing on there. That's what we said. It is not, under any circumstances, no matter what we do. We're going to end up busting these tabs off and just gluing this on here, like I said. Got it, coach. Oh, my God, what a stupid son of a mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle. All right, now that stupid thing is done. All right. What I did was I reluctantly tried to squish 57 onto F8 into B19 and then stick that stupid little step 58 grenade and make that freaking thing right there, which became this. Now we're going to start adding crap to it. Okay, what do you want? You want an F4? F4. 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 Very cute little decoration. Which is going to require some gluage onto this thing here. Like so. Make sure we got the orientation correctly. Okay, let's get some gluey McGluertons. Very stinky. Whew. Holy moly, we still need the glue. So we need a J42. A J42. That's a K. It's an F. J42, where are you? That is a P. That is an M. Wait. We already finished J. I have to be reading that wrong. Oh, that is the J42. Okay. So there was a little watch that fell off, a little pocket watch that had fallen off of J. I threw it in the box. Here it is, because we were finished with J. J had nothing left. Okay. So here was J42 is like a little pocket watch. It's a little chain right there. I know it looks like a little hand grenade, but I assure you it's a little pocket watch. So they want me to make some more scrolls. Q19, which is these right here. So they want me to take this and roll it into a scroll like. One. This little top has come in handy for making these tiny little scrolls here. It's like perfect scale. There's two. Okay. And then you want me to do what now? Q19. Q19. I don't have a Q19, sorry. We already used Q19. Why would you tell me to do Q19 again? Oh, that was the scrolls. Okay. You're being El Stupido is what you're doing. All right, so you want me to do this. You want me to put them over here. So let's drop this here for the pocket watch. Okay, seems awfully large. And then you want, now you want the pocket watch over here though. Then you want these things over here. Like so. Okay. Put that aside for the moment. And then you want a B8. A B8, which is right here. And you want an L26, which is right here. It's like a harmonica. You want an L26, an E10, an E10. E is over here. An E10, which is a little shot glass. And you want an E8, which is a little purple bottle. And you want me to do what? You want me to put the purple bottle into that little slot right there. And then you want the shot glass into that little slot right there. And then you want the harmonica glued down right next to it. Like so. Okay. Put the glue back together here. Okay. All right. That That's the other. Now you want me to take an F18. Would you like to see what we've been doing so far? Sure. Step 59 required me to connect this ungodly thing together. Step 60 required me to glue some stuff down on top of said complicated thing, which were two Q19s that rolled up and then a J42 sitting on top of it, which is a little stopwatch to make it look like that. Although I didn't do that, you got this instead. And then I made, for step 61, I glued a harmonica down with E10 and E8 onto B8, created that, which is this. Now I'm going to connect, in step 62, that to some type of like pillar, right, or divider. So F18, F18, F18. F18 is this right here. Okay. So F18 with an orientation of kind of tricky, but there's a taller post here than there is here. According to here, it looks like you want tricky. I can't tell what side you want this. Now, a smart guy would say that's the top. If that was true, okay, what if we slide this straight through? Like so. Okay, so that seems to be what we were supposed to do. Okay, but it's wobbling in there, so I guess when we start connecting it's something else, it'll work. All right, so F18, which is right here. So you want me to connect the other F18 to what? Here? Keeping the orientation like that. And then connecting this onto this. Then these should connect together. Should, but it doesn't want to. Are they to align? They're supposed to align up with each other. How? How do they align up? Wow. wonky as hell. There we go. Okay. I think we kind of got that. Okay, so what now? So what I did was I connected an F18 through that slot so that it paired up with the bottom there. And then I took the other F18. I connected the first F18 to the base of the thing that we made, and the second F18 to connect onto step 62 as well as step 60, and got this critter here. So I like how they cut into the wood and then they wrapped it with a tight rope. Yeah, I mean, we're basically building this big casino slash saloon thing, right? So it's going to have multiple bars, I guess. Although I don't remember. I remember, you know, we've been in that saloon before in Blackwater 1,000 freaking times. We always fight with the people and throw them off the balcony, right? And I'm trying to think. So in Blackwater, how many saloons do we have in Blackwater? Okay, so we have the one on the main street there. We have the one next to the movie theater, right? Is there an older saloon in that town? God, it's been a while since I've played Red Dead. All right, so let's see what we got to do now. We need 2 M16s. 2 M16s. Everyone needs 2 M16s. All right, here's 2 M16s. Okay. So 2 M16s. You didn't hear that. And an F14. Of course, an F14 Tomcat would go good. It would pair well with 2 M16s. So we need, what did I say? An F14. F14, where is the F? CLB, where did I put F? F is over here. F14. Here is an F14 right here. Lenny! Lenny! Where you at, boy? Lenny! Or that scene was in the Valentine Saloon. All right, so you want me to combine 2 of these, but you want me to combine this direction, like so, with a dingus going through these 2. Like so. This one on top. Okay. This seems to be our parlor. We're making a parlor. Right, Valentine has the 2 bars, the one on the main drag and then the smaller one that you meet the rider in to go find the gunslingers for Valentine. Yeah, you're right, like a coat hanger post. Or like you're coming to the shaving area in the saloon in Valentine. I wonder if there's any others. I'll have to look on the internet, see if I can find any more of the saloons that are in the various towns. Because you You got, Strawberry has a saloon, right? Or no? Strawberry has the jailhouse, the doctor, the general store, the post office. It's got the crafting areas. It's got the like waterfall that goes through where you can fish, the bridges. But I don't think Strawberry has a saloon, does it? It has like a place where people are hanging out, but you can't actually go into it that I can remember for Strawberry. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check. All right, so this piece here connects onto this piece here. So that slides all the way through to the bottom. What's that? Are you going to tell everyone to like, share, comment, and subscribe? You going to say hi to Michael? Oh, he said hi, Michael. Say it. Can you say it again? That's good, Sammy. Yes, that's awesome. We love when you talk to us. Hi, Sam. You're all dirty. You were rolling around in them bushes, weren't you? You got leaves all over your butt. Hi. Oh, we need some therapy from our monkey cat. We need some therapy from our monkey cat. Oh, yes. Look, when Sammy tells you to like, share, comment, and subscribe, he knows. He's a very smart monkey. Can you tell him to like, share, comment, and subscribe? See? See, folks? Sammy is telling you and you must do it. It must be done. Because remember, we're doing this all for the Sammy. I just took that off of his tail. It's part of the flower outside. All right, what were we doing here? Connecting this. That does not want to go. Oh, yeah, there we go. And this to that. Okay, this still has to connect. Cat fur all over me. There we go. All right. Very pretty looking thing. This is going to require a Q2. Oh, you wanted me to glue that together? I didn't even glue that together. It snapped in just fine. Okay, so now you want me to wrap this Q2 around the top of it. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. That's Frau. All right, so you want me to go start here. That'll work. And then wrap this around here. Like it. Oh, you rotten son of a monkey loving. No good, gosh darn. Start over again. Let's try to press it down as we go. Here he comes again to give his stamp of approval, everyone. Leaving with a kitty butt. Hi, Sammy. He's got to give a stamp of approval. Okay. People are like, they're tuning in, they're going, why am I watching a cat? This one doesn't wrap all the way around. I wonder why that is. Why is this one shorter than? Strange. Huh. Have I been using the wrong one the whole time? No, it said Q2, not Q1. Well, I can't figure out why this is shorter. It's supposed to go all the way to the end here. I wonder if I can see what I can do here. Maybe I can go to about right here. So that it's got kind of an edge coming off here. I kind of messed this one up a little bit. Right, Sammy's 15 seconds of fame. He's got to have it. Sammy's got an Instagram page. I haven't uploaded anything to it in years, but I think the last time I uploaded is when Kid passed away. But I think it's hashtag Kid and Sammy Witters. Or it's Kid, no and symbol, no and, A-N-D. Kid, K-I-D-D, Sammy, S-A-M-M-Y, W-I-D-D-E-R-S. And the Witters last name, how that came about. So I had Kid, and I had Sammy, and I was driving home from LAX, Los Angeles Airport, and the construction company that was building that big library museum above the 405 freeway, the big giant one that's above the hotel, the Getty's Museum and Library that's up there. But when it was being built, the contracting company that was building it was the Witters. It said the Witters, T-H-E space W-I-D-D-E-R-S, the Witters boys, contracting. And I had seen that, and I thought that was the funniest thing, because Kid Witters, that just sounded cool. So that's how Kid and Sammy Witters became the Witters boys. But they're not really contracting, building things up, they're knocking things down. Right, Sam? Are you Sammy Witters? I remember one of the chatters was like, so that's your last name, right? If your cat's last name is Witters, then your last name is Witters. Nope. Everything's code, buddy. Code for eat a bag of dicks. All right, so let me bring you through what I did. You saw that I connected the stuff in 61, 62, I connected that 63. I connected that pillar there. Lost connection there for just a moment. And so we connected those two pillars, became that, and then we moved over here to 64. We added the two M16s, the F14, and then connected that base to all that and created that. Then we dropped down here and we added that Q sticker that won't quite fit for some reason and created this. Let's see what we got. All right, so that was 17 page. This is 18 page. All right, we got to do some connecting here, it looks like. So now we are going to come back to our bar, all the pieces that we made. Come back to our bar. And these parts still keep falling off. I'm going to add some glue here. So this piece just keeps falling off. Stinky. My last name is Finkelstein. Dingleberry Finkelstein. All right, so now we need to connect some stuff here. Now we're connecting what to what. So you want this to connect up here in that spot. Seems like that should require some glue. Drop a little glue back here. Okay. Then you want this to connect where? Right next to it. Right over there. Like so. And then you want why do you gotta make this so complicated? Then you want this monstrosity here in that slot and that slot, so that thing shines through. I'm putting glue on all this crap because I don't trust it. Press down in there, like all the decorations that work there. And then this last piece here, you want this to go in those two slots facing this direction. Oh boy. Of course, everything starts falling apart when you start pressing. Okay. All right, so what I did was on step 65, I connected that one into those slots, that one into those slots, and created this. So it's showing you how to reverse, how the reverse would look. So it's the same thing as that, but it's just showing you how the reverse would look into the slots that it needed to go in. Same thing for this. We added the big piece of bar and the side rail into those slots and got that. And the breakdown of that is if you were to rotate it, that's where it would be connected. And we get this. So I'm not 100% sure again what that is supposed to be. I thought it was a place to throw tomahawks or something, but I don't know. That giant outlet right there, I don't know what's supposed to be there. But I like the decoration, how it all kind of matches. It's beautiful with the Sonoran Desert in the background, isn't it? It's really pretty. Okay. So we don't have any lights up there yet. Oh. I would not be surprised that all of these lights will eventually come up here for some reason. So let's connect our doohickey here and take a look at it so far. This is part 3 of the old Western Saloon. So we haven't hooked these lights up, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to go somewhere. There's a lot more we got to do. Fireplace or the glow from the fireplace. I haven't put up all the wires yet, but we are getting there, folks. We are certainly getting there. I mean, again, this puzzle's difficulty is 5 stars. So the trouble we've been having is built into this puzzle, but if it wasn't 5 stars, it wouldn't be challenging. I asked for a challenging puzzle like I asked for a challenging painting, like I did on one of the paintings before where it was 46 paints, I think I used, on the cliffside sunset. In fact, I have it right here. I try to make some things challenging, just like video games. I don't want to play easy video games, and where's the challenge with that, right? This painting right here was a 64 color paint. One of the most insane ones I've ever did. Close up, it's messy. Far back, it's pretty slick. The other one's out there. We'll take a little roll over there. This is the first painting I ever did, the Secura Stone Path. Those are the couple of the buildings that I built recently. You watched those. Previous episode, there's the Cozy Reading Nook painting along with the miniature to go with it. There's a full-size Sammy being a Godzilla on the last saloon. Right, Sammy? Sammy. Can you tell everyone to like, comment, share, and subscribe to @RealTalkChamp? That's the last saloon that we did, the Tumbleweed Saloon. There's that big old Japanese painting we did there. Sunset over there. All right. Heading back over here to this mess. All right. I think we got a lot accomplished today in almost 4 hours here. But tonight's karaoke, and we're going to make a mess of ourselves. Nothing says loving like singing songs, uploading them to YouTube, and getting copyright strikes. And then having them threaten to take down our channel because you're not allowed to do things like that. Old Town Saloon, that's what we are building. Where? Blackwater. And what bar is going to be without a guitar and a fiddle? I do like this Native American jacket here, though. Curious on where that's going to go. Okay. The rest of our stickers. We're going to leave this out for more model building. Clean up our little spot here, like you do. Remember, twisties are your best friends. Keep twisties. Remind me I need to get a needle nose pliers for my kit, my modeling kit here. So we definitely use tweezers. We definitely use files. We use the little thing that comes with most kits to pry out the parts. We definitely use a cutting source, be it a X-Acto blade or scissors. We definitely use a glue type. Most of these glues, not most, some of these kits come with this glue. Otherwise, I provide it with an Elmer's washable clear glue. You get it at a Dollar Tree for $1.50. So, I have links in the description for everything I used, of course. Except for the, what do you call this? Magnifying glass. I use this when I do my coin collecting, which I'm going to be starting a new series soon, coin collecting and identifying of coins. I will be starting that soon. Holy monkey, far from reality. It's been a while, huh? It's been a while, Stained. Monkey's over there eating his chow. I'm going to start to get some chow, and I am going to relax for a little while. It has been a pleasure live streaming for y'all on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Michael Contreras there, 070, our moderator. So make sure you like and subscribe his channel. Far from reality hanging out with us. Let's scroll back. A couple of people. Ian was kicking back with us, if he still is. Ian hung out for a while. If you like this type of content, hit that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. Share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family to get more people involved in our cause of comedy and shenaniganry. Comment whether this is live stream or it's archived on YouTube. You're more than welcome to comment. I always respond to comments, whether they're trolling, funny, entertaining, productive. Communicate with Real Talk Chimp. It's just great to communicate with people. And of course, smash that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers for the end of this month of June, and then 1 billion subscribers before the end of 2026, of course. The main goal is trying to hit that 4,000 watch hour. So try to watch back. If you've already watched back, then Send it to your family and such. All right. Thank you all. It's been a pleasure. This is Ricky with Real Talk Champ. I will catch you on the flip side. Peace and chicken grease.